Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Lucid's 2022 Tournament Game 4, where we are playing Nazca. This is turn 12. And I've just completely fallen back into the habit of doing the full intro, so I guess I've resigned myself to that for all of eternity. Moving on! Research, Alteration 1, complete. Yeah! Woo! Boy! I make a big deal about it. Alt 1 isn't like a super big deal, but let's take a look. Anyways, it does get us a couple of things that might be useful in the right situations. That being, it gets us aim, right, which can be helpful in, you know, some of the evocations that we have access to. Firebolt specifically. Or Flame Bolt, right, specifically. So adding a plus, I think it's +4, or is it +5 precision from Eagle Eyes and Aim to a +2 means that we actually can hit pretty decently, pretty respectfully with this, and it hits relatively hard. So you know that's a pretty okay scenario. We also get something like Earth Might, which can be relatively useful for us in the right situations. Earth Grip can be okay in the right scenarios. Personal Luck, right? All somewhat useful scenarios, but this is mostly just stepping stones going down towards like Alt 2, Alt 3. Alt 2 getting us things like Stone Skin on the right people, Mirror Image on the right people, and then specifically getting to Alt 3 for Mist Form, which can be very useful on the right people. And even, like, obviously Iron Skin works for stuff like our Koyas or our Huron Priests. Luck is an option. And even, like, if we have to get really tricksy Moss Body on our Pretender God, though we don't really have access to anybody else with that. But, you know, it's an option. It's there, just in case. So, yeah. We're going to continue up Alt, and we should be hitting Alt 2 next turn, actually. I think it looks like we perfected that, so that's pretty cool. We have cast Dark Knowledge and found a Well of Pestilence. So, gemgen Death +1, very expected as far as that goes. Oh, I guess we had other searches, but no results, right? So nothing going on there. Haven't gotten lucky. Unfortunately, have not gotten lucky getting some air. Dormant Pretender Gods are awakening. So I think I actually said this last turn after seeing Hinom's stuff that, you know, Dormant Pretender Gods were awakening. And we hadn't gotten the message yet, but I guess I was just being prophetic because this turn, Dormant Pretender Gods are awakening. Again, no idea whether or not Hinom has a Dormant Pretender or an Imprisoned Pretender, or if they're just going more scales. So, you know, we're kind of flying blind until we can maybe catch them with something else. We have a battle in Noranthian. So this is our only battle, no pings this turn. We're relatively confident in this. This is just a bunch of Horse Tribe. We've got a fair amount of Sacreds here with our Condor Warriors. Horse Tribe can be somewhat complicating because they do have a Lance. So technically when we drop on them, they can charge us. And they have very high combat speed, so they'll hit us first, typically. But that's what Twist Fate is for. So, fingers crossed that that actually works for us. On the drop, a boop. Dude gets deleted in the back. One group gets deleted. Ooh, this guy is kind of like... He did not land in a great position. That's okay. We got more Thunder Weaponing. Easy peasy. Hey, we full cleared. Hell yeah. All right, no losses. That's pretty awesome. And then we get to watch a battle in Mountains of Mist. So we moved a scout along with this army, assuming that they were going to go this way. And they're up against a little bit of militia, a little bit of heavy infantry. Doesn't look like there's anything specifically happening here. It's just a small group. some Pale Wind soldiers, some heavy or some basic Agarthan infantry, and then a fair amount of Agarthan light infantry, which probably isn't going to fare well against this heavy infantry, but it will fare just fine against this militia. Looks like they're going for the heavies, though. Bad call. That guy's just chopped up. Yeah, easy chopped up. Oh, look at that. That is not great for this corner. Oh, these guys already routed, though, so that's okay. Fair amount of damage already done to these heavies. Got some reinforcements from some light infantries. You know, if these commanders actually went into battle, they would probably do pretty okay, but instead they just stand there and rout. Lights are running, though. That's bad. Oh, that's real bad. Yeah, Agartha probably lost this. I say it's real bad. It's a piddly force, right? Agartha could probably shit this much out of their capital, like probably twice as much as this out of their capital in a single turn right now. Because I mean, unless Agartha has like some interesting scales build or interesting bless build, which I can't imagine, right? Like they're probably just going mostly scales, so this is chump change to them. But it's still a loss. Interesting little exchange there. Battles this turn versus Indies, 1 win, 0 losses. So cool. Cool. And we've got a couple of events this turn. Sweet. Let's hope they don't suck. Unexpected event in Nazca. Okay, handful of magic gems were found under a huge rock. We get 8 earth gems. That's nice. Unexpected event in Mighty Pillars. Magical bird of wondrous colors has been found. Small gems were hidden in its feathers. Fire gems +2, air gems +1, and water gems +1. That's pretty cool. And unexpected event in Pack Woods. Cousin of a local lord has been bitten by a werewolf and now wishes your protection from the superstitious peasantry. He has donated his gold to the treasury. Awesome. So we get a bunch of gold and a werewolf. That's fucking dope. Okay, cool. That's an awesome set of events. We're very happy about that. Events this turn: gold +228, fire +2, air +1, water +1, earth +8, and a werewolf joined us. So that's pretty fucking neat. That's pretty neato. Pretty neato. And that's 3 positive events this turn. So hell yeah, luck starting to roll. Pretty happy about that. The unrest is too high in Bara for several of our Malquis to capture Hatan Runa, but we did patrol a lot of that down, so hopefully that will not be the case for next turn. So that's cool. We've got a fair amount of movement going on this turn. And we've got these Anakites here in Pavonia. And so this is a concern. Also, Agartha lost Royal Green last turn, and I did absolutely consider jumping into it, but they've got a relatively big stack, like, right on the border. So this is a concern, because we've got a big stack here in Pavonia. We've got a big-ish stack here in Snowford that could be coming in after Royal Green, right? So I did say last turn that I was surprised that we hadn't gotten jumped yet. The time might be now. The time might be now. I would jump me at this point, absolutely. I would 100% be attacking me at this point. So that is a little concerning. It is what it is. We can't really do anything about it at this exact moment, right? Like, with the concept of maybe Ashdod is going to come into Packwoods, we can't really do anything about that. So, you know, we're gonna continue forward under the idea that they're not. So fingers crossed, right? Meaning we're just going to attack Golm and Omiya. Omiya with just Kusi and this stack of Condors and Condor Warriors should do fine. There's Heavy Cat here, but we should be okay. Fingers crossed. Then we're attacking Golm with Pachacuti. We've got a fair amount of Alkak Runas, a fair amount of Condor Warriors, 8 Supayas, so that's pretty nice, and a bunch of Hatan Runa. We have a full 90-90 stack here. So we should be okay. Cynocephalians are somewhat of a problem because they berserk, right? But I mean, we might have some high losses, especially among the Hatan Runa, I'm expecting, right? But we should take the win and be okay, right? Fingers crossed. We're sending Urko back to Nazca, potentially to fly in reinforcements next turn, should we need to. And yeah, we are also moving in missile. So we have a full stack here patrolling, right? So we're gonna start moving in Hatan Runa, basically whenever we need to into Nazca to ferry off with other people. Our Pakwo is going to head up to Amul and site search there. Our Akla is going to head over to Cloudbreakers and site search there. We still have 300 gold after doing all of the recruitment and everything that we want to do. So we're sending the other Akla up to Mighty Pillars so that we can drop a lab, drop a temple, etc., etc. So that whole thing, that whole shtick. And we're bringing our new werewolf back, right? Because I don't really know what I want to do with them. They're not going to be able to take on just regular indies. They are stealthy, right? So we could kit them out with some very basic gear and be like, okay, you're a raider, right? Like they can go raid, like maybe not Ashdod PD, because Ashdod gets a really strong singular like commander with their PD. But a Garthan PD, probably, you know? That could be a thing. Anything else that is going on? We're sending a scout down here to mark. We have a lot of scouts in Agartha's territory. If we don't get attacked in the next, like, 3 to 4 turns, I'm probably going to just attack Agartha. I might even try to coordinate with Ulm to see if they will attack Agartha with me, right? And, yeah, we'll see how that goes. In other news, now that we are on the coast in Noranthian, we can see that our neighbor is Yis. Yis is right here in 92. And their neighbor is Oceania, which means Oceania is down here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 in 29. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is Pelagia, right? So interesting. Now we know where everything is, and I basically did get confirmation, not exactly on who's fighting who, but that there is fighting in the water, and that it's relatively hectic already. It's I don't know that anyone is dead yet, but there have been big fights already, so that's pretty interesting. Hopefully that means that our coast is relatively unadulterated, and even though we have very slow expansion, 13 provinces, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 provinces at turn 12 is not great. It's not great, it's bad, right? Even though that seems to be the case, hopefully because of this early underwater war, we'll be able to finish out our territory without that much issue, right? Putting us this 13, 14, 15, 16, maybe 17 if this hasn't been picked up, 18 if Underhome hasn't been picked up by then. And that's not bad, right? Like that's actually pretty good. I will be happy to have 18 provinces in a tournament game like this. Granted, that'll probably be like turn 15 or 16 by the time we actually get into motion for all of those things. And we might be attacked by then, so I don't know that that is actually something that's going to happen. And if it does happen, don't know if it's something that's going to remain. So who knows? Fingers crossed. Let's jump into recruitment this turn. We've got recruitment: 1 Koya, 1 Scout, 4 Condor Warriors, 7 Alcac Spearmen, 4 Heavy Infantry, and 2 Supayas. So basically everything stays mostly the same, fitting in as many Condor Warriors, Alcac Spearmen, Heavy Infantry, etc. As possible, and then just kind of like mixing it up on what we're taking for our mages. This time we want a Koya because a Koya is going to give us some opportunities for other options than a Huron Priest or a Akla is. But specifically because we have 2 Incas. Ooh. Yeah, because we have 2 Incas out, and just in case one of those Incas get their asses killed in some early aggression with Ashdod or Agartha, or even Vanheim, who knows, right? If one of them gets killed, we want to have a Koya around to die with them so that we can get a good Royal Malqui rather than a bad Royal Malqui, right? Aside from that, though, having a Koya is good because, you know, we have a better chance of having Earth 3, Astral 3, Death 3. Getting Earth 3, Astral 3, Death 3 could be very nice for us. That is going to open up some different options. So, should be fine. Alright, so that is recruitment. I did not do the thing. I think it was around there. Been talking for a while. Piggybacking off of recruitment, Hutton Runa for the turn. We have 53, 16, so this is 69 Hutton Runa here. But we already had quite a few Hutton Runa last time. This is actually, last turn we captured a lot of Hutton Runa. This turn we did not because we had multiple failures because the unrest was too high. So we caught 17 Hutton Runa this turn. Again, though, patrolling with a full stack, should be patrolling with a full stack every turn after this point. I should actually, one of the things I should do once I get this unrest under control, I should have these miscellaneous commanders that are here and that don't have any troops to patrol with. We should have them blood hunt. I'm not going to do that right now, though, because even if you fail to successfully blood hunt, you still piss people off. So that's going to drive our unrest up more. Probably if I can get a second patroller here with another full stack so that we're at 120 patrol strength. Well, not a patrol strength. We'd be way more than that, actually. Yeah, because these guys are 2. We'd be at like 240 patrol strength. Not quite, because these guys, it approximates. Get out of here. Once we get to that point, right, we'll be able to do things like blood hunt fairly efficiently. I say fairly efficiently, not efficiently at all. We'll be able to blood hunt without worrying about the additional unrest that it will create, and go from there, right? And by doing that, we might be able to fish out a couple of blood slaves here or there that we could do something with. Specifically, one of the things that we'd love to do is we'd love to just drop into blood real quick and get blood fecundity. If we can throw up blood fecundity for, 30 turns, so 40 blood slaves, that is a pretty big boon to the fact that we do not have any scaling growth right now, right? So that would be really nice. That is just kind of like, that's a flight of fancy for the future, though. That's not something that we're going to be able to guarantee, and it'll be a while before we can get there. Even if we are unaccosted by our neighbors, we don't have any good blood searching, so it would take a while for us to get to that. So, but it's something to do. It's something to keep in mind. Just not right now, because we don't want to screw up our ability to capture Hutton Runa at this particular point. We're up to 21 heavy infantry over here, so that's pretty cool. Pretty excited about that. Nothing special in Naranthian. We do have Horse Tribe cavalry, which could be okay in the right situations if they weren't undisciplined, right? Like, I would actually get these guys if they weren't undisciplined, and I could put them on, like, attack rear commands, but we can't, so it's not really a thing. Got the archers in wide up here, it looks like. See if there's anything else really interesting going on. Not that I'm aware of. I think that is probably it. Way shorter episode compared to the previous one. Still no additional air gems, which is really unfortunate. Like, lucking into an Air Zero site or getting a air site in one of the 4 places we have site searched for air would have been really, really nice. Hopefully that changes soon, or else it's going to be real hard to progress with condors, because people basically are not trading me for air gems. We had Yes at the very beginning trade me those air gems, but since then it's been nope. It's been hard pass, right? Because I still think we're due for getting attacked pretty early, and it might be next turn. Like this stack of Anakites might just be heading into backwoods. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of this turn. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Actually, heads up, the next video should not be turn 13, right? The next video should be year 1, because we're gonna do yearly recaps of basically how many provinces did we start at that year, how many provinces did we end at that year, how many battles did we win throughout the year, how many battles did we lose, rinse, repeat, right? So yeah, I think that's going to be a pretty interesting kind of like little synopsis video to do, and it should be kind of cool. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.